Hey guys, so the way it's gonna work is I'm going to do the highlighted question with you guys, and you guys can do the rest on your own. So number one is 0.384 divided by 2. The 0 point, and then 2 goes into 3 once. So 2, 3 minus 2, 1, bring down the 8, 18. 2 goes into 18 9 times exactly, so 2 goes into 4 twice. This is your final answer. Okay, we'll do one more in this section, and then we'll go on to the next one. So 0.95 divided by 5. 0 point, and then 5 goes into 9 once. 9 minus 5, 4, bring down the 5, 45. 5 goes into 49 9 times. So 0.19 is your final answer. Okay, we'll go on to the next section, which is word problems. I'm going to do number 3 and number 8 with you guys, and you can try the rest. Nathan packs 25 boxes in 2 hours. How many boxes can he pack if his shift is 8 hours long? So some keywords here is 25 boxes in 2 hours, and his shift is 8 hours long. So since he packs that many in 2 hours, if it's 8 hours, how many boxes does he pack is what it's asking. So to get from 2 hours to 8 hours, we have to multiply by 4, right? So that would be the same for 25 boxes. So 25 times 4 is 100. And that is essentially your answer. He packs 100 boxes in his 8-hour long shift. Next word problem is number 8. Jeffrey's phone is at 68%. Jeffrey wants to change his phone to 100% if his charger charges 5% every minute. How long will it take him? So some key points is it's at 65 right now. He wants to get it to 100%. It charges 5 every minute. So basically you want to know how much percentage it takes for him to get to 100. So that would be, 100 minus what he has right now, 68, would be 9, 2, and then 3. So he needs to charge his phone for 32 more percent to get to his goal. And because right here it says 5% every minute, we want to divide 32 by 5. So it goes 6 times, right? Just 30, subtract 2. And we need a 0, 20. 5 goes into 20 4 times. And because right here we added a dot, we have to add that dot here too. So it takes 6.4 minutes for him to charge his phone. But because you can't have 0.4 minutes, we're going to actually round that up to 7. Because if we round it down to 6, it still wouldn't be at 100%. So your final answer is 7 minutes. Okay, next section is adding decimals and then simplifying expressions. So we'll start with adding decimals. So these two that I'm going to show you right now are pretty easy. 4.0.02 is just 4.02. Pretty easy, right? The next one is exactly the same, except there's one more step. We see here, these two can be added together right away as 6. So basically, this question is 6.006, which is 6.06. And that would be your final answer. And the rest are similar to that. And then this part, simplifying expressions. So what you want to keep in mind before you do this is letters A, B, C, D, and so on are called variables. And what the significant part about these are the numbers with any of these variables in front get added together. And the numbers like 1, 2, and 3 by itself get added separately. So if we see on number 1, we can see these parts, 8n minus 3n, they both have the variable n in it. So we can subtract these together, which would be 5n, and since the 4 doesn't have anything to be added or subtracted with, it will just be 4. And that would be your final answer. Okay, the next one over here is almost the same. We see that these three all have a in common, and then the 7 is just by itself. So we would add these three together to get 5a minus 6a, which is basically negative a, or negative 1a, but we don't need to write the 1. So negative a, and there's a 7 plus 7 here, so we'll just add that there. So your final answer would be negative a plus 7. And the last part is solving the system by using substitution. So for number 1, we can see here, this is the important part, which means that instead of y, we're going to put in negative 3 into y. So if we rewrite the question, it'd be negative 3 equals 7x minus 10. And now we want to move 3 to this side. Oh wait, my bad. We want to move the 10 to this side. Yeah. 7x equals, when you change across the equal sign, you want to change the sign. So negative 3 plus 10. The negative 10 becomes a positive 10 when it moves across the equal sign. So if we simplify that, it becomes x equals 1, because we want to divide both sides by the same number of 7, and then 7 is simplified to 1, so your final answer is x equals 1. A little confused, right? It's okay, it'll get easier. Let's try the next one. So for this time, we're going to put in negative 8 for y. So if we write the question, negative 8 equals negative 2x minus 12. So this time we want to move this to this side. So that would be, that would be negative 8 plus 12 equals negative 2x. Now if we simplify this, it would become 4 equals negative 2x. Since we want to get x by itself, we're going to divide by whatever is in front of the x, which is negative 2. So we would get x equals 4 divided by negative 2, which is negative 2. And that would be your final answer. Let's try 2 more questions. These ones are a little more harder. Now, the reason it's harder is because there is an x for this too. So it's a little different. If we rewrite it, negative ax equals 6x minus 14, like so. This time I'm going to move 8x to this side and negative 14 to this side of the equation. So that will go out to 14 equals 6x plus 8x. The negative 14 becomes a positive, and the negative 8 becomes a positive as well. And if we simplify this, this becomes 14 equals 8x plus xx, which is 14x. Now, like the previous problem, we want to get the x by itself, so we're going to have to divide by the number in front, which is 14. And that leaves us with x equals 14 divided by 14, which is just 1. So x equals 1 is your final answer. Now let's try one more problem that is like this. This time for x, it's going to be 5x. So we're going to substitute that in, and 5x equals 2x minus 15 be your new equation, and we're going to move 2x to the side. So if we do that, that would be 5x minus 2x equals negative 15, because it was on that side. Like here as well, oops, we changed the sign. to negative. And so if we subtract, that would be 3x equals negative 15. And divide both sides by, once again, the number in front, which is 3. So x equals negative 15 divided by 3, which is negative 5. And that is your final answer. Now try the rest on your own.